2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Philadelphia as the 76ers go up against the Boston Celtics. Taking a look at the Celtics, over the first half of the season, we've gotten a good sense of what this team is capable of. When they're on, which they have been consistently, they are an excellent unit. One of the fun players to watch tonight, Isaiah Thomas. He was the last player selected from his draft class of 2011. But, Shaq, I bet GMs want to redo on that one, man. He can just dominate games offensively.
You know, he's not really tall. He's 6-something, not above 6'4", but this guy's fearless. You know, his speed and quickness of the release of the shot, he can get a shot anytime. And what I really like about him, he's gritty. He'll fight you.
If he's more than 5'11", I'd be surprised. But when he gets in the zone, he's one of the most difficult players to handle. He could take over a game, Ernie. His quickness, his speed, just all-around offensive prowess.
Is he anything like the other Isaiah Thomas?
No, he's different. The original, the OG Isaiah Thomas was very, I would say, a leader, more of a leader. He's more a lead guard. Get it? He likes to score. This guy led the team.
Nice.
Thank you.
You got the Shaq seal of approval.
Yes.
What more can you want? It's almost game time.
I got the shield. Get it?
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, land of the free and the home of
It's game time in Philadelphia as the crowds at Wells Fargo Center look to cheer on the 76ers. This road trip for the Celtics kicking things off here in this one.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
It'll be the Celtics off the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court right now for the Celtics. Get out there with David Lee. Then there's Brown. Then it's Thomas. And it's the Cobra in at the 5 spot.
And guys, you don't think this fella can do some major damage if he gets an opening to the rim.
G8, they just learned that lesson the hard way. They better put a little bit more effort into their D the next time down.
Big time play at the basket right there, fellas.
And one thing that's made such a difference to Blake Griffin's game, the improved free throw shooting. He shot a career-high 73% from the charity stripe last year, the 4th season in a row that he's bettered himself in that category.
And he gets the bucket. About a minute played so far here in the first. Jackson with it. 11 points for him in that last game against Orlando. Down low. And it's going to be a 3-second call. So for the 76ers, the last game, a win against Orlando.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Embiid sets the pick for Jackson. Pass to Embiid. Back clock at 3. Martin wide open. He fires. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Martin's got himself on the board with 3 there. The Celtics have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Lee, a screen on Harris. Thomas against Jackson. Thomas dishes to Lee. Again, the miss by Lee. And the 76ers with possession, trailing by 2. Martin against Brown. Harris kicks to Embiid. Back to Harris. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Brown against Martin. Thomas, it's a wide open look, and Embiid pulls it down.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now here's Griffin. A 14-point game for him in the win against Orlando.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side. And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
The Celtics shooting their first free throw of the night here.
One shot. Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
Now here's Jackson. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. And Martin now top of the key. Dishes it to Embiid. And Boston with the rebound. Well, Greg, for Brett Brown and the Spurs connection, he was an assistant in San Antonio for 7 years, was really indoctrinated in how the Spurs conducted business, Clark, before coming to the 76ers.
Yeah, he's got an interesting accent, too, a mix of Boston Australian from where he grew up and where he spent a lot of time, but no doubting his passion and his coaching ability. He's good in both.
He was actually a head coach for Australia for a while in international play. The 76ers shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
At the line for 2.
All right now, gentlemen. 2 shots. Move shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Kevin Martin.
And guys, this 76ers team still trying to forge an identity. One thing that is sure, they will attack the basket, and a lot of fearless players on this roster. And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And the call will be against David Lee. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Boston on D. It's a 5-point game. Griffin kicks to Martin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Nice touch on the bank shot. Martin's got 7 points. Well, the 76ers do go at the basket without hesitation. They're fearless, Clark, going inside. Led the NBA last season on points off drive.
Well, you know, I like to say you've got to use what you have. They didn't have many shooters, so that means head down, get to the rim.
Here's the kid, and another basket for Boston.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Thomas against Jackson. Now here's Embiid. D right on him. Right side, Griffin. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Griffin's got his second basket of the night.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Thomas passes to Lee. Thomas a screen. Lee dishes to Brown. And he banks in the layup.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly. They've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Now here's Jackson. Martin the screen. Jackson kicks to Martin. The three. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
So the Celtics call timeout, their first. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And I tell you what, the margin of victory speaks for itself in that one. Just a very confident bunch right now, especially in that second half.
Exquisite execution. They knew what they needed to do, and they got it done and made it happen. Really well played.
Now we'll go to DB, who had a chance to talk with head coach Brad Stevens. Doris?
He knows that the challenge for his team in this game will be to slow down Blake Griffin, who he described as instant momentum. With Griffin being such a handful physically, they plan to limit his ability to get any space around the basket and hopefully cut down those powerful drives toward the rim.
Thank you, Doris. Here's the Cobra. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Now here's Embiid. He had 22 points in the win against Orlando.
And you know, he was getting fouled time and time again and really delivered at the free throw line. Huge contribution there, guys.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And guys, the Sixers drafted Embiid. Had a foot injury that would keep him out all of his rookie season. Came to the Sixers with a back issue out of Kansas. Of course, they knew all this going in.
Yeah, and Kevin, the Sixers have made an art here lately of drafting players who aren't immediately eligible to play. 2 years ago it was Nerlens Noel, who sat out the season with the knee injury. Last year it was Dario Saric, who played overseas, and now Embiid.
You know, regarding Joel Embiid, the foot was not his only injury when he entered the draft. In his one season at Kansas, he battled both back and knee injury. Obviously, though he's very young, his durability is of some concern.
And Brown throws it down.
Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
Jackson against Thomas. Martin kicks to Embiid. Puts up the baby hook. Got a hand on it. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Here's the Cobra. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better. And talking about Joel Embiid, there are some who feel the Sixers targeted guys in the draft last year who couldn't help them win games. 1-1, does it become anti-competitive?
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Embiid.
And looking at Joel Embiid, he has all the tools to be the game's next great center. He's raw, no doubt about that. And he'll have to overcome the injuries, but his combination of side speed, agility, practically unparalleled.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Okafor's checked in, and it's Johnson in for Tobias Harris. And Embiid drops them both. Regarding Joel Embiid, what makes him even that much more unique as a young 7-footer, excellent shot mechanics and a feathery touch. In college at Kansas, he shot Greg 63% from the floor. Many of those were face-up jumpers.
And as the season wore on, he became money at the free throw line as well. Those are the kinds of unique attributes that make him an extra scary prospect.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
He used that fit to perfection. That's 10 points for the kid.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Here's Jackson. To the wing on the left. Okafor, the pass. Pass to Jackson. Launches it. The 76ers again can't hit it. Celtics leading by 4. It's off his foot. And the ref saying he kicked it. Sullinger's checked in for the Celtics. Here's Thomas. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Smart dishes to Horford. Offensive rebound. Kicks to Warren. Pass to Thomas. Sullinger the screen. Smart wide open. He fires. That one falls coming off of Thomas's feet. Thomas got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The 76ers trail by 7. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Embiid inside, guarded by Horford. Fades back and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And it's 6 points for Joel Embiid. Now Smart. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. From 11 feet away, and another basket for Boston.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
Embiid with a screen on Thomas. Picked by Okafor. Embiid against Horford. Good.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
Now here's Smart. 5 points in the game. It's blocked. And now the 76ers on the break. Jackson's got the ball, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Now just a 3-point Boston lead.
Impressive fast break there. They did a great job advancing the rock with the pass.
Thomas a screen. Here's Smart, and the rejection by Embiid.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Now here's Smart. Sullinger the screen. Johnson against Thomas. Stolen by Jackson. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. A shot by Johnson, no good.
You know, the alley-oop is a great play when it works, but boy, when it doesn't.
Yeah, it can make you look silly. It embarrasses you. And we had a little silliness right there for sure.
Now here's Smart. To the paint. Here's Horford. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Celtics shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And some changes here for the 76ers. Landry comes in for Embiid, and it's Aminu in for Jackson. And a change for the Celtics. Bradley's checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them. 29 seconds left in the first quarter. Johnson outside. Here is Miles. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Magic in Orlando. 3 on the clock. Here's Landry. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. Smart. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Celtics out in front. They're up by 5. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And Blake Griffin grew up playing the game alongside his older brother. His dad was his coach, and he credits his brother for inspiring him to work at his craft.
You know, watching him kind of go through the process of he started to get, recruited by college coaches, and then he, really took his game and became serious about it. And I watched his work ethic, and I watched how he, put the time in, the things he did, and that's kind of where I developed mine.
Well, talking about taking the right course, we know that the older brother of Blake Griffin, 3 years older, he played, as did Blake, for their dad Tommy in high school, and they were terrific high school players. And and 4-time state champions.
I mean, it always helps to have a big brother who's kind of been there and done that and can share those experiences with you. Doesn't hurt to have a dad also who's a pro player either, and also a college coach.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
They seem to be a step slower, and that's one reason why they've been able to own the rebounding edge.
Well, the anticipation's been better. As the ball hits the rim, it's gone right to them. Solid job of them chasing it down and anticipating.
Carl Landry is out there with Okafor. Then there's Al Farouk Aminu. Then there's Martin. And it's Johnson in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Tobias Harris is checked in for Okafor. Brown against Martin. Now here's Brown. He's coming off a 25-point game against Chicago.
And Kevin, a remarkable night for him passing the basketball as well. He did a great job racking up the assists.
They get it again. The Cobra. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. The Cobra's got the lead up to 7 now for the Celtics. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. No problems knocking that one down.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
And the Celtics shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. The dish now to Lee. Passes it to the kid. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Bradley. And here on the 2K leaderboard are the teams with the quickest hands in the league. The 76ers third.
One of the things that's made this team so effective is their ability to get takeaways. I mean, they do an excellent job defending the ball and also jumping into the passing lanes, and they're all together defensively. That's one of the league leaders in steals.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Griffin's checked in. With the fadeaway. No luck, and it's Boston the other way. Their last encounter was in Boston.
Yeah, and they won that matchup last time, and it wasn't even close, guys.
Well, they got the other team in foul trouble and frustrated them as well, and I think that really kind of shaped the whole context and tenor of the game.
Well, David Lee with the Golden State Warriors began his career with the New York Knicks. We're talking about him and his play, and it's sometimes hard to get a good compass on what kind of player he is.
Yeah, you know, he was drafted 30th when he came out and certainly played above that draft slot. Then when he re-upped for the 6 years, $80 million, people started to wonder if he was able to play to that value.
Jackson, he's checked in for Philadelphia. The Celtics also with a sub. Isaiah Thomas, he's checked in for Avery Bradley. Thomas against Jackson. Thomas kicks to Brown. Boston again missing.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Now here's Griffin. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Jackson passes to Landry. Just 5 to shoot. Screen for Harris. Goes back up. And Boston with the rebound. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington, where they'll face the Wizards. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. And Lee with the stuff.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that. And Isaiah Thomas, traded last season from Phoenix over to Boston, seemed to be a matter of fit and not production as to why they moved him.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. Greg, you were talking about Isaiah Thomas. He had no love lost for the Suns in their first meeting. He took them apart, Clark, on the floor. Remember that game? Stared them down as he was hitting shots, looked at that bench. Man, he had a big chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and you know, most guys that are a little undersized and have battled doubters all their careers bring that kind of edge anyway. You throw in the fact that he was disappointed how the trade unfolded. He was amped up and ready for that return visit.
Kevin Martin on the wing. It's tipped. Thomas up top, guarded by Jackson. Outside Thomas. The 10-footer. Lock at 6. And a wide open look for Lee. And he can extend the lead to double digits. Embiid with it. So it's Boston now. Celtics leading by 9. Here's the screen. Thomas kicks to Brown. The pass to the kid. Lots of room. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists now in this one. For Philadelphia, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Here's Embiid, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And how about the numbers here for Embiid? 6th in rebounding, 13th in blocks, and with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands, and he converts at a remarkable rate.
Boy, he's unbelievably driven, and he competes with you for the full 48 minutes. Glass eater.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
It's been a solid outing for Embiid. 9 points, and his 2 blocks have given them a lift defensively.
No doubt about it. He's been a rim protector to get into the heads of their opponent.
And so he makes both from the line.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Jackson against Thomas. Brown outside. Goes up off the pick. And the rejection by Embiid. Martin dishes to Griffin. Martin kicks to Jackson. Picked by Griffin. Harris passes to Embiid. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Brown's got the ball, and he gets it to go. Brown's got the lead up to 11 now for Boston.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Now here is Martin. His last outing with 20 points. 5 to shoot. Griffin dishes to Harris. And Lee pulls it down. Lee's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
The Celtics have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one.
Been a good night so far for Brown. He has 8 points, and he's done a good job distributing the ball as well.
And you can't really place a value on what that means to a team. His passing has really helped their cause.
He hits the second from the line. And so here is Philadelphia, down by 12. Picked by Griffin. Martin with it, picked up by Brown. Griffin down low, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Griffin's got 6 points. Celtics leading by 10. Now a timeout called by Boston.
And you see the way Blake Griffin plays, he is a force. Very hard to contain him when he gets in close just due to his strength and activity.
For Griffin and his ability to create contact close, he's been called a bull in a china shop, something that I think Clarkie embraces.
Yeah, I think he'd rather be the bull than the china in that situation because of his strength and physicality. And I think that's the right mentality to have as a power forward.
The kid passes to Thomas. The Celtics working the ball around now. Powered down as the whistle blows. A three-point play chance.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
The Celtics shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
One shot. One shot.
Talk about great numbers for the Cobra. He's got 11 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show.
Now here's Jackson to the inside. And Harris wide open. He shoots. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Kevin Martin. Al Horford, he's checked in for the Celtics. Here's Horford. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Chicago. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Thomas against Jackson. He kicks to Miles. Feeds it to Griffin. Just 5 on the clock. To the middle. Here's Miles.
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over. And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Now here's Jackson, and there's the feed to Harris. Embiid the screen. Griffin against Lee. Fade away. It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Blake Griffin.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Here's Thomas. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. From outside, off the mark. Philadelphia has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And here's Miles outside. And Boston with the rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Horford sets a screen for Thomas. He feeds it to Brown. Lets the 3 fly. And Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got his 4th rebound in this one.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Thomas against Jackson. Embiid kicks to Griffin. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, the game's getting bigger, going international. But at least in the U.S., it really seems the game is going indoors. Back in the day, the legends of the game still played on the blacktop. That's becoming a thing of the past.
And speaking, Clark, of playground basketball, why do you think that is, that players are going indoors?
Well, I think one reason is playing on hardwood is nicer.
Right,
it's
now,
easier on your
take a break,
joints and
take a
safer
break.
overall. The game has
Two
changed and it's big business now, but there are still plenty of weekend warriors who get their hoop on outside.
And he knocks down the first one.
Hitting your free throws is a good way to get back into it. It stops the clock and extends the game. I mean, you want to take advantage of that situation. And they're shooting much better from the line here in the second quarter. So far, they haven't missed one.
Here's what Philadelphia is going with right now. Okafor's checked in, and it's Aminu in for Tobias Harris. The Celtics also changing it up. Sellinger's checked in for Lee. T.J. Warren comes in for the kid. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Thomas. Blake Griffin hits them both. Boston leading by 8. And here's Smart. 5 points in the game. Horford with the screen on Jackson. Brown outside. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And the first one drops.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Johnson's checked in. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. The 76ers trail by 9. He dishes it to Aminu. Picked by Okafor. Miles the pass to Okafor. With his first shot attempt, that's good. Okafor's got his first points of the game. Boston's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Now here's Smart. He's guarded by Johnson. Sullinger the screen. And here's Brown outside. Good, and Smart gets the assist. And that's 13 points for Easy Breezy. 76ers have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Marcus Smart was drafted to the Celtics as their future point guard. He came in with a lot of work to do and a skill set that people really liked. But his first season, Clark, was a roller coaster.
Yeah, it really was. He was an off guard in high school and in his first year of college as well. Really only played full-time at the point the year before he was drafted.
Celtics leading by 10. Brown dishes to Sullinger. Over to the left wing. The open shot by Smart, and it's Boston with another.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't They're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Carl Landry's checked in for Philadelphia. Boston also with the sub. Bradley's checked in. Landry kicks to Johnson. Pick by Okafor. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. Let's use this break in the action to show you the teams that in the last 10 games have been the NBA's best fast break teams. In fourth, the Celtics.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
So it's the Celtics now. Smart kicks to Sullinger. And that one's off, and this is his first shot of the game. Here's Johnson. The 76ers again can't hit it. Celtics leading by 12. And it's Bradley off the drive. Pass to Smart for the three. Here's Horford. Lays it up and banks it in. Horford's got 6 points.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Now here's Johnson. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Magic in Orlando. And it's Okafor. That time on the assist by Johnson. Okafor's got his second bucket tonight.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Yeah, I mean, test the hot hand. You're exactly right. I say let those triples fly.
Sullinger, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Johnson's shot is off.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Warren kicks to Smart. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Now, here's Warren. Tight defense on him. Here we go, all alone. The slam dunk by Aminu.
Well, they need those kinds of plays right now. I mean, smart defense generating some offense.
And really, Clark, that's the way you get yourself back into the game. Key stops and then try to get out in transition for some easy ones.
And that concludes the first half. Celtics lead by 10. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. I'm here with David Lee. And David, tell us what your approach was defensively in this game tonight.
Well, we made some mistakes here and there. Our biggest thing is if we don't turn the ball over, I think we're going to be okay. They got a couple easy buckets in transition.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. In the second quarter, they imposed their will on the game and built a 10-point lead at the half. And if things continue to go the same way after the break, they're threatening to run away with this one. Taking a look at the Celtics, Shaq, what do you think?
Well, it was an unselfish, team-oriented half of basketball. The ball never stopped moving. Their offense had a great flow to it. It prevented anyone from getting lazy out there. They're always moving, cutting, knowing where they need to pass the ball, Ernie.
And Kenny, your take on Philadelphia?
Well, they're losing the battle on the boards. And when you're struggling to stay in the game, a few extra rebounds either way can make the difference. Because rebounds equal possessions, and possessions can equal extra points. They need to come out in the second half with the mindset that every rebound is theirs.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.